It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and our focus is on this team's Offensive Player of the Year. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. Hope y'all ready for this one. Coming up next.
BA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
And his first look is incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Posey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Right side, he has Johnston. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Posey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Cannon. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Slot man moves right. They'll run with the former LSU Tiger. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hairston takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. When you look at this defense, they've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season, and if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now a handoff up the middle. Posey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. Looking to throw. Cannon. That one out wide and intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And Stroud now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Hairston. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. The numbers for him from a week ago. 16 carries, 51 yards and a touchdown.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Stroud to throw it. Forced out to under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. In motion goes the tight end. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Cannon. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, #1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 2. They'll look to throw again. Short throw caught by Bowers. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 64 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Off the play fake. Cannon. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Off the bootleg. Cannon. And a quick throw here. That's complete. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Here's Stroud. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing now is Stroud. Looking middle, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Cannon. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, able to avoid him. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cannon. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
3rd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 47 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. 2nd down and inches. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now a give, right side. Posey. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Cannon complete to Johnston here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Cannon. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun. Cannon hitting Samuel on the slant. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Still
Stay
second
alert,
down.
don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Stroud looking to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Posey, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Posey, the second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a give right side. Hairston. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 right around the 9-yard line. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Stroud. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
4 sacks and a safety already. If you gave your coach those numbers an entire game, he'd be ecstatic. Getting that type of production in less than a half of football, that goes beyond anything they expected coming in.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. On the return, Johnson. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Looking to throw. Cannon. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
If you rank 1 from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 and 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Posey, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Posey, they'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And things already were problematic for them. Then you add in the safety, followed by the field goal. Yes, all things considered, not the worst possible outcome, but they've got work to do here as they come up 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. This is 2nd and 8.
At the 30-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Posey, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Cannon. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Huntley. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. And on now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Stroud out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or 2 short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 3rd and 8. Back to throw again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find it.
Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get things started with an interconference matchup. Washington on the road in Jacksonville. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. Brian Thomas, a touchdown reception. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. A touchdown pass there for Jaden Daniels. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And that one, all tied. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far.
but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Stroud gets this over the middle to Tillman. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hairston, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle they go. Posey, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low almost.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise, they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hairston. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Stroud working out of the gun. That is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
As Stroud now to throw. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Again, it's Stroud. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now a handoff up the middle. Hairston. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Up the middle they go. Hairston. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And his kick here is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Well, this offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Posey, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 87 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll keep it on the ground. Posey, and this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. Results in a first down.
Up the middle they go. Posey, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Posey, and for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Cannon taking a shot for Samuel. Touchdown. A great effort there. 43 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Panthers 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Now he's free at the 35. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Posey, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Off the bootleg. Cannon. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll give them 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Throwing to start the drive. Cannon. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a give right side. Posey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They'll keep it on the ground. Posey. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll run on first down. Posey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. Posey. He'll get about 4 here. Down to the 43-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's taken down inside the 30. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead
and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Operating from the gun, Cannon. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. That's to Bowers once again. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got it. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a first down.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. That's to the pylon and incomplete. At this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That one caught by Rice. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here goes Stroud again. Pass caught. He's got Tillman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. Open man, that's Tillman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Stroud. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now. That grab another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 9:03.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Posey, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll keep it on the ground. Posey, 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Stroud looking to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Now Stroud. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Stroud. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Now inside the 25. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner, hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point attempt to follow here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Panthers about ready to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. This is caught. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Looking to throw. Stroud. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for our visitors, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.